Well, it happened. As of April 9th, the Nintendo Network has been shut down, removing online play from the Nintendo 3DS and the Wii U. This isn't the first time a Nintendo connection has been shut down, as the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection for the Wii and DS was shut down back in May of 2014. But the Nintendo 3DS meant a lot to a lot of people, and so did the Wii U despite its sales. And I am one of those people. So I thought, in honor of the Nintendo Network closing, I'd take a look back at how the 3DS and the Wii U came to be, and share my own personal experiences with them. Rosalina, what are you doing? The Nintendo 3DS released first, launching in February of 2011 for Japanese markets and throughout the year in later territories. The Nintendo 3DS was first revealed at E3 2010, where the late Satoru Iwata showcased the new system. People present at E3 were even able to try out the system for themselves, and reviews were very positive. The 3DS was capable of analog movement like the home consoles, had a gyroscope, downloadable and transferable content, photo cameras that can take both 2D and 3D images, an AR camera, a touchscreen, sound recording, and of course, stereoscopic 3D on its top screen. It even came pre-installed with its own games like Face Raiders to show off the system's capabilities. I remember reading up on the 3DS's development and launch cycle through Nintendo Power, just gushing over the screenshots and how good the games look for a handheld. A new 3D Mario title, Ocarina of Time getting a remake, and they were even bringing back Kid Icarus. Unfortunately, the 3DS had a bit of a rocky start. No big-name first-party titles like Mario or Zelda was available at launch. Most we got from Nintendo themselves on launch day were new Nintendogs titles, Steel Diver, and Pilot Wings Resort, along with third-party titles like Super Street Fighter IV, Rayman 3D, and Super Monkey Ball 3D. Most of these launch titles were still good, but it wasn't enough to solidify the launch. Nintendo's first big hit, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D, wouldn't launch until June of 2011, with Star Fox 64 3D and Super Mario 3D Land following up later in the year. To make things worse, the 3DS's price wasn't going over well with consumers, which led to Nintendo giving a price reduction in August of 2011. People who bought the 3DS before the price reduction were granted access to additional downloadable titles as part of an ambassador program, which gave them titles from the NES, SNES, and Game Boy Advance library. None of the Game Boy Advance titles were later released through Virtual Console for anyone else. After its launch year, the Nintendo 3DS saw a steady incline of support, updates, great games, and system-exclusive content. Nintendo's own titles like Kid Icarus Uprising, New Super Mario Bros. 2, Fire Emblem Awakening, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, Animal Crossing New Leaf, and Pokemon X and Y versions all released in the early years of 2012 and 2013, and continued to sell well throughout the 3DS's lifespan. At the end of 2013, the Nintendo 3DS was updated to grant players access to Nintendo's social network called Miiverse, which allowed gamers to share their experiences and screenshots of games they were currently playing. Miiverse was already accessible through Wii U's at its launch date, so the connectivity allowed people from both systems to communicate. Nintendo's Wii U, under the name Project Cafe, was in development alongside the Nintendo 3DS. The Wii U was revealed under its proper name at E3 2011, showing a home console with an iPad-like peripheral as the game's central controller. This gamepad, as it was called, featured two control sticks, a gyroscope, an inward-facing camera, the ability to control your TV like a television remote, and a large touchscreen right smack in the middle of it all. But if you thought the 3DS's launch cycle was bad, the Wii U barely had anything outside of several licensed titles. We did get a new Mario game on launch day, but it was really more of the same from the new Super Mario Bros. Series we played before. Nintendo Land was a virtual theme park-like game where you could play various attractions based on Nintendo's in-house franchises like Mario, Zelda, Metroid, F-Zero, and the mysterious Mirasame Castle. Though these games played well, the Wii U needed more to stand out. Throughout the Wii U's lifespan, there were really only a few titles that people would consider to be the greatest on the console. Pikmin 3, The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD, Super Mario 3D World, Hyrule Warriors, Bayonetta 2, and Xenoblade Chronicles X stand out in most people's minds as some of the best on the system. Mario Kart 8, released in May of 2014, became the best-selling title on the system. However, it only reached almost 8.5 million units sold, compared to the 3DS's best-selling title, Mario Kart 7, at almost 19 million units, both as of the end of 2023. By comparison, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the expanded port released for the Nintendo Switch in April of 2017, has so far sold over 60.5 million units. Because of low sales and overall lacking third-party support, the Wii U became Nintendo's worst-selling home console, performing worse than the Nintendo GameCube. By the end of 2019, the Wii U had only managed to sell just over 13.5 million units, as opposed to Nintendo's predicted 100 million. Support for the Wii U ended quickly, with Nintendo disbanding it shortly before the launch of the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo 3DS, on the other hand, was doing far better, selling almost 76 million units combined across its family of systems. A larger version of the Nintendo 3DS, called the Nintendo 3DS XL, launched in July of 2012. A version of the 3DS without the 3D screen, called the Nintendo 2DS, launched in October of 2013. A more powerful version of the 3DS, called the new Nintendo 3DS, along with an XL variant, launched in October of 2014, and the new Nintendo 2DS XL launched in July of 2017. Needless to say, the Nintendo 3DS got a lot more support in its lifespan than the Wii U did. The Nintendo 3DS had an impressive and memorable lifespan. Activities like Street Pass, where you could collect other players' Mii characters just by walking next to them, encouraged gamers to explore their surroundings. The Street Pass Mii Plaza, where you could play games with said Mii characters, virtual themes you could download to decorate the 3DS's home menu, an application called Swap Note that let you send virtual messages to others, and a pedometer that kept track of your steps when the system was put to sleep mode and gave you a play coin for every 100 steps you took. With so many great games, activities, and connectivity, the Nintendo 3DS was a must-have for gamers of all ages above the age of 6. However, all good things must come to an end. By the time the Nintendo Switch was announced in October of 2016, support for the Wii U was already ending and the Nintendo 3DS was on its last legs. Once the Nintendo Switch properly launched, Nintendo continued to try to support the 3DS, though it was mostly through ports of older games. The GameCube's Luigi's Mansion, the Game Boy's Metroid 2, and the DS's Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story all saw improved retellings on the Nintendo 3DS. Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn, a port of the Wii title, became Nintendo's final Nintendo 3DS game, released in March of 2019, though support by other developers continued into 2023. Nintendo social media Miiverse was discontinued in November of 2017, and manufacturing for the Nintendo 3DS was discontinued overall in March of 2021. I got my Nintendo 3DS for Christmas in 2011, just barely missing the Ambassador program. And I took that thing everywhere I went. I took it to school, I took it on walks, I took it to gatherings, everywhere. Street passed a lot of people, and it got me through some pretty hard times. It got me through rough years, it got me through times where I felt like it was difficult for me to enjoy myself. Especially with titles like Kid Icarus Uprising and Fire Emblem Awakening being a big part of who I am. As far as online games go, I spent a lot of time in Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS, Mario Kart 7, and Kid Icarus Uprising. I got my Wii U in June of 2014, and I spent an equal amount of time on that. Games like Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and Xenoblade Chronicles X are big favorites for me. The Wii U I got as part of the Mario Kart 8 bundle, so I also spent a lot of time in that game. The 3DS and Wii U were also backwards compatible with the DS and Wii libraries respectively, expanding its collection of games. I unfortunately no longer have my 3DS or Wii U, losing ownership of them back in 2022, but they hold very fond memories for me. They helped me connect to communities like the Nintendo Independent Wiki Alliance, helped me have fun in times where it was hard for me to enjoy myself, and the Nintendo 3DS overall became my favorite Nintendo console. The closure of the Nintendo eShop in March of 2023 marked the beginning of the end for the Nintendo 3DS, and with the Nintendo Network now closed, support for the Nintendo 3DS and the Wii U are now officially done. The systems meant a lot to me and to other people, and I hope to see some of the Nintendo 3DS's features reimagined for the Nintendo Switch's successor. It may not be possible to play 3DS and Wii U games online anymore, but leave it to the fans to pick up where Nintendo left off. Communities like the Pretendo Network are actively building up online servers to continue the connectivity the Nintendo Network once had. These services are still in development at the time of this recording, but I'll leave a link to the Pretendo Network down below so you can check it out for yourself and be up to date on their progress. Hello everyone! Thank you so much for watching this video, I do really appreciate it. History videos aren't really something I'm used to doing, but I wanted to take a look back on the 3DS and the Wii U in honor of the Nintendo Network shutting down. It is no longer being fully supported in any official capacity, and that honestly is a hard thing for preservationists and people who really enjoy the games on the 3DS and the Wii U. Most of the Wii U games have been ported to the Nintendo Switch, but there's still a good collection there for the Wii U itself. Games like Xenoblade Chronicles X have not been ported over to the Switch yet, as of the time of this recording. Comment down below what your experiences are with the 3DS and Wii U. Have you used the Nintendo Network before? Do you have a Nintendo Network ID? How many Mii's have you street passed? What games have you played? All that stuff. I'd love to see what people's experiences are with the 3DS and the Wii U. The 3DS and the Wii U meant a lot for me, and I know it meant a lot for other people too. So despite how things are going right now, I do thank Nintendo for the memories that we've had. Do like and subscribe, And until next time, my name is Alex. I'll see you around. Tucker likes coming to me to say hi at the end of every video. There you go. How you do? How you do? Okay, cool. See you around, guys.